What we know now is far beyond what we thought.
Mm-hmm.
As healthcare professionals, we always were in tune with concussions, and we always cared for kids that had concussions. Is it to the extent it is now? No.
We're just more aware of what they are now from the past, since there's so much data coming out, new protocols, new neurology clinics, which we work closely with the sports neurology clinic. It has 2 locations, used to be 3, in Plymouth and I think it's actually Brighton and Kalamazoo. I just think it's more of the awareness, where in the past, even when I was in high school, we knew what concussions were, but it was like, okay, let them sleep, don't let them come back, or you sure you're okay? Okay, you can go back in. It wasn't like super strict. I think it's more that people are reporting it and know what to look for.
Well, I was done with my master's at Western, and I was looking for a job, and they had a teaching job posted. It said teacher/athletic trainer. So I said, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Long story short, called them, got an interview, and they hired me as both. And I took over a legend. I took over Harley Pierce's PE job. So that was
big shoes.
That was big shoes in itself.
Right.
So yeah, and that was 1988, and then we finished up in 16.
I chose athletic training because I grew up with my dad being in the military. He was a United States Navy medical corpsman, so we were always stationed with Marines, and so he would be on deployments, helping out on the field, on the ships, submarines. And that's kind of what sparked my interest in the medical field. At first I was going to go to nursing, did some classes, I think it's called MedOc here. I did education for employment in my senior year, and nothing against nursing. It's a great profession, but it just didn't work for me. And so my parents were, I think it's Kalamazoo Wings season ticket holders for the hockey. And so I met with the athletic trainer there at the banquet, and I chased after her. Her name was Tara Gillian Smith. She's now working in Canada, and I was like, hey, can I job shadow you? I'd really like to see what athletic training is about. Fell in love with it the first morning practice. Then I got to do the opening games, a few more games, more practices, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, and the good thing was there was someone there to recognize that, and it was addressed. And that's exactly what you need. I mean, you need athletic trainers in high schools to make sure that these injuries are being addressed. It's imperative. It's not a luxury. I mean, someone needs to be there watching these things. I mean, that's why they're hiring people in the booth now, you know, to try to recognize a little bit more, because there is only so much we can see at field level. So their quote eye in the sky is good. It's a good system, and it certainly helps, you know. So you put all these tools, you know, together, and it's going to benefit, you know, the health and well-being of the athlete.
A day-to-day basis, I come in around 11 a.m. and then I'm here till the end of competitions or practices. I do have an internship, so that is where students from the athletic training program, which I have about, I think I just added 2 more, so about like 17 kids. And some can join this class where we do some coursework, learn what the field of athletic training is, common sports injuries on the field, and some hands-on experience of skills that you can learn. So common first aid, spine boarding we've done, blood pressure. Later on, I can teach them some special tests of how to eval. So that's kind of like my day-to-day basis. Do administrative work like injury reports daily to each coach. And if something were to happen with a non-athletic student, I do go in and help with them and just kind of update the school as well and the crisis team.
I think we've come a long way, you know, with our research, but I will say this. I mean, the coaches that we've had at Sturgis High School have always been open-minded. And it kind of comes together in 2. It comes together with having an open mind, listening to the athletic trainer, and seeking out the safe techniques. And then with that also is the preparation. Strength training has come, a long way.
Vigilant. People can't always see what's going on because your brain is like a fish in a fishbowl. So if you think of your brain or the fish moving this way, the brain's going to move that way. So it's any movement. It doesn't have to be an impact that can affect your brain, and that can cause a concussion. So it's an acceleration, deceleration, anything like that. And I think just because we can't really see the symptoms, such as like a sprain or a broken arm, it is more of a problem because we are more in tune of what to look for and what to treat. I think prevention is educating, maybe some strengthening programs. There are some equipment such as new helmets that I don't remember the brand exactly, but they have more of a space so it kind of disperses the force. And then there's also concussion bands that you can see some soccer players wear as well. I guess it's more educating, more research needs to be done as well, but
always learning.
Yeah, so that would be my suggestion, is more of the education, prevention, and research.
You get to a point where, it's time, and I think we had discussed this when I first, announced it and that type of thing, but I thought we did a pretty darn good job, protecting our kids.
Right.
Not only addressing when an injury occurred, but before the fact, like with a lot of the preparation and the preseason conditioning with our speed and agility class, embedded in the curriculum.
Right.
You don't see that. And our sport-specific training in the classroom. We protected a lot of kids. And the sidebar with that, we helped them with their performance enhancement also.
Right.
So, toward the end, it was, the schedule was taxing. I mean, it was a really difficult thing, and as I got older, it was more difficult, just to keep rolling day after day after day. And I put a lot into my retirement and that type of thing, and it was definitely time.